Hi guys, it's NEESYRAYCHELLE and I am back at you with another video. So today's video, I just need to vent real quick about what's been going on in the past week. So first, I'm gonna start off with my tag situation because it's kind of fresh. So I got pulled over a couple weekends ago, and the officer, of course, he comes to my window and he says, ma'am, we pulled you over because of speeding. So I was speeding, y'all. I don't know what the speed limit is down this road. I've been going down this same road for years, okay? And I've never known the speed limit. I always just assume if I don't see nothing, it's 40. So that's how fast I was going, which isn't fast. So, you know, he said, we originally pulled you over for speeding, but your tag is not registered to this vehicle. So now I'm looking real crazy because I'm like, what do you mean my tag's not registered to this vehicle? I've driven the same vehicle for over a year. Like, I've had my car since last June. So how is my tag not registered to my car? Of course, I ain't say all that because I'm just trying to be a good civilian and follow the rules, and whatever he asked me to do, I'm doing it. So he says, do you have your license and registration? I was like, yes, sir. And you know, of course he asked me, was this my vehicle? And I'm like, yes, sir. My parents went with me to the dealership. We got this car last year. And he was like, okay. So he took my registration and my license, walked around to the front of my car to check to see if my VIN number and my registration matched. And then so he came back to the window, was like, okay, ma'am, I'll be right back, okay? So, you know, he went to the car, and listen, I had just got out of church and everything. I am sitting here praying my behind off because I'm like, Lord, I cannot get a speeding ticket. I can't afford a speeding ticket right now. It's just not in my best luck to get a speeding ticket. Like, I don't need it in my life right now. So, you know, him and the other officer, because I think they were going to do something. So, you know, when they're going to do something, they travel in packs. So it was two cop cars that were behind my nice old RAV4. And everybody was riding by looking like, oh, what she did? Oh, they got two cars? Do they need two cars? You know, because that's what you're thinking. Do they really need two cars to pull over one person? And I'm sure they looking inside the car at me like, she don't look like like she need all that. So the officer did come back, and he was like, well, ma'am, this is clearly your vehicle, and you know, we're gonna let you off with a verbal warning for the ticket. But he was like, definitely make sure your registration is always on you, because that's gonna save your behind in the case that, you know, you get pulled over again and same incident. And he also said that I should probably, you know, call DMV or something, because clearly something was messed up with my tag when I got my car last year. So I was like, you know, thank you so much and have a good day. And so when he went back to his car, I literally like sighed of relief, because that ticket, that was gonna kill me, okay? Like, kill me. So I called my mom. I was like, hey, so I'm good and all, but my tag does not match my car. And she's like, what you mean your tag don't match your car? I said, my tag is not registered to my car, which means I've been driving dirty for a whole year. I done been out of town and everything in this car, and it ain't my car according to my tag. So she was like, okay, well, you know, we'll call the dealership or whatnot and try to get that straightened up. So jump till Friday of this past week. Mom called the dealership, called me, we're on three-way, and they're like, okay, yeah, we see what it is. We issued, oh wait, no, I skipped. So first I went to the DMV on last Monday to to talk to them about it, and they were saying basically that the dealership messed up my tag. When they issued my tag, they issued it as a temporary tag. So when the new tag was issued, my tag was null and void. So I'm like, well, how did they do that? And basically the DMV said this happens all the time. All you would have to do is go to the dealership, or, you know, call the dealership and have them go back in the system and make your tag a permanent tag, and you'll be all set. Or they can issue a brand new tag. So I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty simple. Nothing that I have to really too much be concerned with. So then we got to Friday where we talked to the dealership or whatnot, and they're basically telling me, oh, well, we can't do anything about it because the other dealership is the one who bothered your tag. Even though we issued you your tag, we did nothing else after that. The other Toyota did it. So I'm like, wait, what? How did the other Toyota do anything with my tag if I went to you all? And so, you know, they're basically telling me that I have to go to the Toyota that's by my house. So I went there today, went to the Toyota. I talked to the used car tag people, and the lady was basically telling me, well, we can't touch this tag because you didn't get your car from here. So at this point, I am pissed because everybody's telling me that they can't do anything for me, and I'm technically riding around in an illegal car. It looks like my vehicle is stolen, and all y'all can say is we can't do anything for you. Like, I'm pissed at that point. So I called my mom and I was like, listen, they told me they can't do nothing for me. They said that the other dealership has to do it because that's where I got my car from, yada yada yada. So she goes on to say, well, no, hold on, let me call the other dealership back. She said, don't leave the dealership yet, I'm calling the other one, stay on the phone. So we're on the phone, the lady comes on, and she's like, she finally explained to us why I had to be at the dealership that I was currently at. So what happened was, like a couple months after I got my car, my mom got a new car. And what they did, because my car was so new, my tag had not officially been finished being placed onto my car. So it was on my car, but it wasn't permanent yet. So because it's floating around in the Toyota system, my mom they end up assigning my tag as a temporary metal plate for my mom's car. So as of August of last year, my tag was no longer registered to my car. So of course at this point now I'm pissed because y'all are telling me that it's the other dealership, and then the other dealership are telling me that it's y'all, and in actuality it is y'all. So I'm having to get out of my car, go back into the dealership, asked for the same person again, and she was very sweet. Like, everyone was so nice in the process. Nobody was like, well, you know, we can't do anything, you know, oh well, it's not my fault. Like, even though they were playing the blame game on each other, it worked out in the end. Everybody was nice about it, and they did get it fixed. So when I get back in there, let the lady know, well, I have my mom on the phone and I have this lady from the other dealership, this is what they're telling me. And she was like, okay, give me a second, let me go pull up your mom's information. So I'm telling you, this lady was gone for about 10-15 minutes. And I'm just standing there waiting. My mom's like, well, is she back yet? I'm like, no, I'm still standing here. So she finally comes back and she says, okay, so this is what happened. When your mom got your car this year, this is the tag that they assigned to her as a temporary plate, and she did sign for it. And so I'm like, so did they just like pull this tag out the system? Because I know my mom didn't have my tag on her because I was driving my car with the tag on it, you know? And she was like, yes, basically that's what happened. And then my mom is in full force, how did that happen? I didn't bring. And I'm like, mom, calm down. Like, I was just asking the question to make sure I was understanding the situation. And so she flipped another page over and she said, but what I've done is I have reassigned this tag to your car and you're good to go. So it was them. In the long run, the dealership that I drove to today was the reason that I have been driving with a bad tag, basically. So that was, oh my gosh, today was just a mess. And I'm so happy that they fixed it, but it was definitely very, very, very stressful. So that's my first story that I'm gonna tell y'all. I had to vent about that because I was like really, really, really pissed off. Like, I was so upset and frustrated, and I'm so happy that it's fixed. So just had to vent to y'all, get all that off my chest. And thank y'all for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces.